This tutorial will go over how to create a Wordle from a Google form. In order to start, you first need to open up either your Safari or your Firefox internet browser. You cannot use Google Chrome for creating a Wordle. You next need to go to www.wordle.net and open up the program. I suggest before you begin this, before you do this in front of anyone, you try one yourself. So if you just log in and click create, and once at this point, if your Java system is not updated, it will prompt you to update Java. Mine's already updated, so it's not making me go through that. You have to download Java and make sure once it's downloaded, then click on what you've downloaded in order to update your system. Then I would go in and I would say, type in a couple of words and then click go and see if it works, just to test it out. If it says not working, then you have to go back and double check that your Java is set. But sometimes it takes a moment for it to run. Next, you will see this sign saying, do you want to run this application? Click run, and it will go. So I'm going to start over again and start from the beginning. Let's say you want to do a different kind of review in your classroom or with a group of adults or whoever it is you're presenting to. Something, getting to a different way of reflecting with a large group. You can create a Google form, and let's say I just want to see what people's ideas about digital literacy might be. And I've asked them what are some words that describe digital literacy. If they click submit, then I will be able to find their answers in a spreadsheet. Now, if you've created a form, and this is the back side of the form, when I own this form so I can go in and edit it, in order to find your spreadsheet, you either have to go to your drive or you can view the responses right from this button here where it says view responses. Now it will take me to the spreadsheet that's connected to this form. Now here within the spreadsheet I have lots of responses already put in. And so what I'd like to do is select the responses that have been submitted. And I'll do this all at once. The first thing I'll do is I'll select the column which they were submitted in. And I just click on the column here, and it highlights the whole column. And I will select Command C for copy. And then I'm going to go straight over to my Safari browser. And I'm going to go back to Wordle.net. And let me just hit my back button so I can begin again. So back to the beginning, I want to create a new Wordle. So I'll click create. Now remember, I've just copied all of the text that was submitted into my form. I'm going to click Command V to paste it in. And I can slide back up because it moved my scroll bar really far down. Now I'm noticing that there are some words in here that it was including the question, what are some words that describe digital literacy? Before I begin this, I can delete that. And I can delete, I see someone wrote a sentence instead of just words. And so you can kind of clean it up just a little bit. It's just as well, though, if you have a lot of responses, you'll see what will happen. That won't be as noticeable. So you click go, and it went. And it didn't ask me to run that program, probably because I just ran it just a moment beforehand. Now, it took all of the words that were in that spreadsheet, and you'll see that some are large and some are small. The ones that are large have been repeated often as answers. Now, let's talk about the way it looks before we get to that part of this. If I want to change this, I can come to the bottom here and select randomize, and it will change the way this looks. And I kind of like this one, but I can now go in and change the color. I can change the color scheme if I want something a little different like this. I can change the font to anything I like. Maybe I'll do some Kenyan coffee. And I can change, you can go in and change language or layout. Now, layout is kind of interesting as well. When I click on layout, it will say if I want it all horizontal, mostly horizontal, half and half, mostly vertical, or any which way. We can try this as all horizontal. So if I want all words going in one direction, I can see it a little bit better. It just depends on what you like and how you want it to look. So as I look at this, I can have this prepared for discussion in class. Now we know that large words are words that showed up often as answers. So as a review, I can be talking to students or with my group saying, are you surprised by the large words? What words did you expect to be large that didn't show up large? And what can this tell us about digital literacy from looking at these words? And you can just go on and try, you know, having a review with a different twist to it. Instead of just simply asking kids or adults, what do you think is the definition of this word, you can take it to a different level. Now at the end, if you want to save this, there's a couple different ways. You can save to a public gallery. You can select down here where it says print, or a lot of times I like to take a screenshot of this. If I'm on a Mac, I just click Command Shift 4 and I will go up and take a screenshot of this. And it took an image of this Wordle, and now I can insert it into a website or a document where we can look at it further.